The first sign was a shimmer in the sky, a faint ripple like heat rising from asphalt. No one in the quiet town of Meadowbrook paid much attention at first, dismissing it as some atmospheric anomaly. But then the clouds parted in ways they shouldn't have, revealing an eerie luminescence beyond the blue. It was as if the heavens themselves had fractured, spilling a light so unnatural it made the birds scatter and the air hum with an unearthly resonance. Samantha Blake was the first to notice the changes beyond the sky. She stood on her porch, staring up with a deep unease settling in her chest. The wind carried a strange metallic scent, and the usual comforting sounds of cicadas were eerily absent. She called her husband, Mark, who was inside watching the evening news. "Mark, come out here. Look at this." He appeared in the doorway, frowning as he wiped his hands on a dish towel. "What is it now, Sam?" She pointed upward. "Tell me that looks normal to you." Mark squinted. The sky rippled again, a tear in the fabric of reality widening with each passing second. The stars beyond flickered strangely, as if something was pushing through. "Damn," he muttered. "That's not right." Within the hour, the entire town had gathered in clusters, eyes fixated on the sky. The local sheriff, Tom Grayson, tried to keep order, but whispers of panic spread like wildfire. Some people claimed to see shapes moving within the light, shadowy figures shifting just beyond the rift. Others insisted they heard voices carried on the wind, whispering in an unknown language. Dr. Evelyn Carter, the town's astrophysicist and a professor at the local university, arrived at the town square with a portable telescope. She adjusted the lens, her breath hitching when she saw what lay beyond. "It's not a natural phenomenon," she murmured, eyes wide. "Something's coming." And then, as if on cue, the sky broke open. A deafening crack echoed across the town, sending shockwaves through the ground. From the gash in the sky, an object descended, a massive, elongated structure shimmering with an iridescent glow. It hovered above the town, silent and imposing, its presence suffocating in its enormity. People screamed and ran for shelter, but Samantha stood rooted to the spot, unable to tear her gaze away. The object pulsed with energy, and tendrils of luminescent light snaked down, touching the earth like roots searching for purchase. Buildings flickered, their solidity wavering as if reality itself was being rewritten. "It's not an invasion," Evelyn said, stepping forward despite the fearful murmurs around her. "It's a crossing." Tom Grayson was less interested in theories. He grabbed his radio. "We need help. We need military intervention now." The radio crackled, but no response came. Across the town, technology failed one by one. Phones died, car engines sputtered, and streetlights blinked out. Then they emerged. Beings unlike anything humanity had encountered stepped from the tendrils of light. They were tall, impossibly so, their bodies shimmering with a translucent, otherworldly glow. Their features were undefined, their presence an amalgamation of light and shadow, as though they belonged to another dimension entirely. Samantha stepped back instinctively, her heart hammering in her chest. Mark gripped her arm, his voice barely above a whisper. "We should run." Evelyn, on the other hand, took a step forward. "Wait," she said, holding up a hand. "They're not attacking." The tallest of the beings tilted its head, observing her. A sound resonated through the air, a low hum that vibrated deep within their bones. Evelyn's face contorted in concentration. It's some kind of communication." Tom, still holding his gun, wasn't convinced. "What do they want?" The being raised a hand, and suddenly images flooded the minds of everyone present. Visions of distant galaxies, planets teeming with life, and civilizations beyond comprehension. But then, darker images surfaced, worlds consumed by an encroaching darkness, an unseen force devouring entire star systems. Evelyn gasped. "They're warning us." Samantha swallowed hard. "Warning us about what?" Before Evelyn could answer, another rupture in the sky opened, this one darker, more chaotic. A different kind of presence seeped through, something far less benevolent. The alien visitors turned sharply, their forms shifting in agitation. They weren't the first to come, Evelyn realized with a sinking heart. They're running from something. The town erupted into chaos as the dark rift expanded. From its depths came creatures with no form, just writhing masses of shadow that moved with predatory intent. The beings of light, once seemingly passive, took defensive stances, forming shimmering barriers around the townspeople. "We have to help them," Samantha shouted. Tom gritted his teeth. "How do we fight something we can't even understand?" Evelyn's mind raced. "They showed us visions. Maybe they can show us how." One of the glowing beings reached out to Evelyn, touching her forehead. Her eyes widened as knowledge poured into her. Schematics, energy sources, ways to harness light to repel the encroaching darkness. It was overwhelming, but she had no choice. "We need to create barriers using their technology," she said, running to the generator in the town square. "I think I can modify it." Mark and Tom worked alongside her, converting the generator into something entirely new, something powered by the very essence of the light beings. As they activated it, a radiant dome expanded around the town, pushing back the shadowy invaders. But it wouldn't hold forever. The sky continued to churn, more rifts appearing, and it became clear that this was just the beginning. The town of Meadowbrook had become ground zero in an intergalactic struggle beyond their comprehension. As the sun rose on a changed world, Samantha realized that their peaceful existence was over. They had survived the first night, but they had only glimpsed the battle that lay ahead.